Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Tuskeh, and if you are new to the channel, then this video will explain a little bit about what it is, and if you're not, then this video will also explain a little bit about what the plan going into 6.2 is. It is currently the 22nd of June, 2015, and patch 6.2 comes out tomorrow, as of this recording. So we're all quite excited, and I have quite a few plans, and content has been a little bit slow over the last couple of weeks, and I will tell you why in just a moment. So, just letting you know what's going on with me. My name is John Morris, otherwise known as Tuskeh, and I make videos about World of Warcraft, but not any old videos. I don't make videos kind of talking about, the news or jumping on some kind of bandwagon and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to do stuff like that. I want to inform you and entertain you. I sound a lot like the BBC there, but that is kind of the idea. I want to teach you about this game, and I want you to enjoy this game. That's basically what it is. I want to help you learn all about it to make you enjoy it more. I want to teach you different ways in which you can enjoy the game. Hopefully get your confidence up a little bit so you can do things that you weren't entirely sure you could do. Things like communicating with other players, coordinating groups, being in a raid environment. I might even do a bit of PvP as well, which might be exciting. So just all kinds of stuff like that, and there are all kinds of examples on my channel as to the kind of videos that I do. I do class guides, which is something I'm going to be doing even more come patch 6.2. And these class guides are full stuff. They'll be like an hour long, but they will have sections that you can jump between using annotations at the top of the screen. It's all very nicely designed. That allows you to jump between different sections. If you want to see just the introduction and the basic stuff, you can do that. If you want to go into more advanced stuff and really learn the nitty-gritty of the class and try to master it, you'll also be able to do that as well. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to be doing more of those in 6.2. I also have live stuff, so I'll be doing both live raids and live leveling. Now, the live raids is just going to be live, unedited stuff from the raids that I get involved in, and this is just exactly to show you what raiding is like, and hopefully to help you out a little bit in terms of how it works and the kind of things you'll face if you're getting into raiding. And it's just something interesting to listen to as well. I also have a live leveling series where I will just be talking, kind of like I am right now, while I play World of Warcraft. And I'll be discussing things that interest me, and more importantly, I'll be trying to teach you about World of Warcraft and the kind of things you can do to get better at it, leveling tips and tricks, things like that. The importance of lowering your class as you level up, the importance of testing things out, the importance of changing specs, all kinds of different stuff like that. So that's my other show. And finally, we have a few discussion videos. Sometimes I call them rants because that's what they are, because I'm English. Such is the nature of it all, just kind of discussing things, trying to look at things with a healthy mindset, trying to be a bit optimistic about things, because I like to think that the people who make this game, Blizzard Entertainment, actually give a damn, and actually care about the game and want to make it better, and they're not cash grubbers, so to speak. So those are the various shows that I have going. Now for the plan for 6.2. So this is a little bit of an update as to what's going on over here in Tuskeh Towers, so to speak. So in case you didn't know, and I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, so you probably don't know, I live in a basement. Now before you go crazy about that, this basement is actually larger and nicer than the house I had in England. And rather recently, we had a very nasty storm. I live in the United States, by the way. Despite my accent, I do live in the US. So we had a very, very, very nasty storm. And the basement flooded. Now, it wasn't too bad. It was, at worst, about an inch or so. But, of course, this kind of meant that I spent several days cleaning stuff up and, moving stuff, and it was just a complete nightmare. And in fact, you might even be able to hear the results of it all. There are some fans in the background trying to keep everything dry and, get everything going again. You probably can't hear them, but I certainly can, and it is very distracting. But regardless, there was a flood, so that kind of got in the way of making videos and leveling up my warrior, as I intended to do. And then after the flood ended, I got myself a new computer. This was been on the way for a couple of months now, but it's here, it's exciting, it's awesome, it's got a whole bunch of interesting specs that I'm not going to bore you with, but it's exciting stuff, and I'm very excited. It runs WoW very well. Hopefully the quality of the videos will go up. I'll be able to make videos faster and better, and it's just gorgeous. It's just cool. It's called the Gamer Paladin. I would have called it the Gamer Shaman myself, but I wasn't in control of what it was called. But it looks really cool. It runs really well. I'm very excited to put it through its paces with raids. Speaking of raids, if you've been following my cult situation in that regard, you'll know that I have left the guild that I was raiding with originally, doing Heroic, Blackrock Foundry, and getting into Mythic, and I have instead joined a 9 out of 10 Mythic guild. They will be going into Hellfire Citadel and hopefully clearing Heroic in the first week, and then jumping into Mythic. and I am a trial in that guild, and it is a very tense, exciting, and competitive atmosphere, and they are very, very good. I think they're like world 700th or something like that. That might sound like not very impressive, but considering how many guilds out there, that's pretty damn good. They're called Legacy Reborn, and I've been communicating with them a lot, and it is very exciting. They are all incredibly skilled players, and I look forward to playing with them and getting that WoW Live stuff out to you folks, so you can see what being in one of these higher guilds, I'm going to call it, is really like. They raid 2 nights a week, Tuesday and Thursday, and it's very exciting. Each raid will be about 4 hours long, so those videos will be longer. So that's all pretty cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully proving myself in the Hellfire Citadel. So that's happened, and additionally, let's talk class guides. So the plan at the moment is to have class guides out for every single class. I won't be doing that in 6.2. I might, depending on how long it takes for the next expansion to roll around. But right now, I have a few classes at level 100, and I've been learning them a little bit, and I intend to get them all with guides, all of their specs ready. So I've got the Druid, and it's 4 specs. I've got the Shaman, of course. I've got the Mage, and I've got the Paladin. So those are the classes that I intend to make class guides for. So what this process is going to entail, these class guides are going to take a long time to create. I've got to learn the class first of all, I've got to learn it pretty damn well. Then I've got to get the footage, I've got to write the script, I've got to record the script, I've got to edit the script, I've got to get all the footage, then I've got to edit all together, add titles, information, all that kind of stuff. It's a very long process. Sometimes a class guide can take upwards of a month to make. So it's going to be a while before you see those start cropping up, but that's definitely what I'm going to be creating next. They're going to be bigger and better than ever. There's going to be full of information, and I'm interested and excited to announce a new feature for these guides. What I'm going to be doing, and I'd like your feedback on this, I'd like to hear what you think, because this is just a concept right now, and if you say to me, I don't want this at all, no, I will definitely take that into account, okay? So, my plan at the moment is to, in the advanced section of these guides, talking about the very nitty-gritty of the class to master it, for some classes that I don't know very well, classes that I haven't mastered, essentially, so every other class other than the Shaman, because I am a Shaman at heart, my idea was, in this Mythic guild that I'm in, to bring in very skilled players of that class and spec, and have them offer their advice as a essential master of that spec. So, for instance, for the Holy Paladin, the raid leader of the guild that I'm in, he's called Delink. He's a very nice guy, actually. I've been spending a lot of time with him, talking and playing games and stuff. So he's very good at the Holy Paladin, and we've been talking together about the possibility of having him actually come into the class guide, talking and saying things like, giving his advice as a Holy Paladin. And because he's a master, he'd be able to dispense that information and actually have access to it much easier than I would. However, if you folks don't like this idea of having someone else involved, and you kind of getting into the guide and butting in, so to speak, if you don't like that, then I can still use his information and just present it myself. So I'd definitely like to hear what you guys think in that kind of regard, whether you want someone getting involved in the class guide, someone really kind of very knowledgeable about the class, more so than myself, and then having either me present it or them present it. So I'm definitely interested to hear what you think about that. So that's all I've got going on right now. It's been a very hectic, difficult, emotional, stressful, and all kinds of things kind of week, but everything's kind of working now, everything's good, everything's fine. 6.2 will come along, and I hope to make some videos, just cool videos, awesome videos. We're just going to get started, and it's very exciting. I'm super excited for patch 6.2. I might do some Mythic Dungeon guides, maybe, I'm not sure, we'll have to see how difficult they are, maybe some Time Walker guides, but yeah, I don't know about that. But anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on with me. That's this video done for the day. Oh, and I should mention, don't expect daily videos, because like I said, these class guides are going to take a long time to make. I'm going to be working on them hard. I'm going to be working on my classes, on the game very hard. It's just going to be a bit quiet for a bit, but I'm going to get these class guides started as soon as I can. Probably I'll start working on the Elemental Shaman after I've cleared Hellfire Citadel on Heroic with it, so I have every boss recorded. So that's the plan right now, and yes. Whew, what a week. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck in the world of Warcraft. Thank you very much for being so patient with me.